Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. As you know that we have already discussed what quadrilaterals are. Today let's talk about how can we classify the quadrilaterals. How can we identify different types of quadrilaterals? Right. So first and foremost, okay, let's revise that point. What quadrilaterals are? Okay, if you remember that I told you that quadrilateral is four-sided. It is four-sided closed figure. Four-sided closed figure. Right. So what is quadrilateral? It is four-sided closed figure. Very simple. Okay, so I can draw several quadrilaterals here. Okay, this is a closed figure, four-sided closed figure. This one again is a closed figure, four-sided closed figure. This again is a closed figure. Okay, each of these different types of four-sided closed figures are called as quadrilateral. So this is quadrilateral, this one is also quadrilateral, this one is also a quadrilateral, because you can see there are four sides, and these sides are these figures are closed. Okay, this is what a quadrilateral is. Okay, whenever you see a closed figure having four sides, okay, so you should understand that type of this polygon is called as quadrilateral. Right, now let's classify these quadrilaterals. Okay, so let's see how these quadrilaterals can be classified. These quadrilaterals broadly they are classified into three types. Remember, they are classified into three different types based on what? Based on number of pairs of opposite sides. Numbers of pairs of opposite sides. Numbers of pairs of parallel sides. Parallel sides. Right. What does that mean? It means that these quadrilaterals, okay, they are classified on the basis of their parallel sides. Okay, I will draw three different types of quadrilaterals here. You can see here, this is a quadrilateral. Okay, this is a quadrilateral, right? This is a quadrilateral. Fine. This is another quadrilateral. Okay, this one is another quadrilateral. Okay, you can see the difference here. This is quadrilateral having four sides. This is again quadrilateral having four sides. This is again a quadrilateral having four sides. But the difference is that in this quadrilateral you can see this side is parallel to this side. Okay, these arrowheads, okay, they show that this side is parallel to this side, and this side is parallel to this side. Okay, you can see that in this quadrilateral, okay, two pairs of sides are parallel. Two pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Sides are parallel, right? Okay, and this type of quadrilateral is called as parallelogram. This is called as parallelogram, right? Okay, so this is called as parallelogram. So why this quadrilateral is called as parallelogram? Okay, in parallelogram you can see opposite sides. Okay, both the pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Okay, this is parallel to this, and this side is parallel to this. But in this quadrilateral, what you can see is that this side and this side, they are not parallel to each other. Okay, this side goes in this direction and this side goes in this direction. Okay, if we extend them, okay, they can meet at some point, okay, here. But this side, this side is parallel to this side. Okay, they go in this direction, and they cannot meet when extended, right? Okay, so in this type of quadrilateral, only one pair of sides or opposite sides, okay, one pair of sides is parallel. That's parallel, only one pair. Okay, in this quadrilateral, okay, what's called as parallelogram, both the pairs are parallel. In this quadrilateral only one pair is parallel. And what about this this quadrilateral? Okay, you can see this side is not parallel to this is not parallel to this. Okay, none of the sides are parallel. Okay, none of the pairs of the sides are parallel, so none of the sides are parallel. Okay, none of the sides are parallel. Okay, this type of quadrilateral is called as kite, and this is called as trapezium. This one is called as trapezium, right? This one is called as trapezium, and this one, okay, so this one is called as parallelogram. Okay, because both the pairs are parallel. This is parallel to this, and this side is parallel to this. Okay, in this only one pair of sides is parallel. This is called as trapezium, and in this, okay, none of the sides are parallel. This is called as kite. Okay, we'll be explaining each of the different types in some more detail. Okay, in some point of time in the future, right? Now we know that the quadrilaterals are classified into three different types. Broadly, they are classified into three types. Number first is parallelogram. Number second is trapezium, and number third is what is called as kite. Okay, they are classified on the basis of the fact that how many pairs of sides are parallel. In parallelogram, you can see. Okay, let's talk about the parallelogram in some detail. Okay, I will draw a figure of parallelogram here. Okay, you can see this is a parallelogram, right? Okay, let's just take the parallelogram in some detail. You can see here opposite sides, both the pairs of opposite sides, they are parallel. Okay, this side is parallel to this. For example, I will name each of the vertex A, B, C, D. Okay, AB is parallel to DC, right? And AD is parallel to BC. So this type of quadrilateral is called as parallelogram. This is called as parallelogram. Right, now let's talk about this parallelogram in some detail. Right, this parallelogram, okay, if you can see both the pairs are parallel. Okay, so that means if we try to define it, so we can say that a parallelogram, it is a quadrilateral, quadrilateral in which both the pairs of sides are parallel. Right, okay, this is very simple. In a parallelogram, okay, it is a quadrilateral in which both the pairs of sides are equal. Okay, this is how we can define it. Okay, let's talk about its properties. What are the various properties of this parallelogram, of this type of a quadrilateral, what is called as parallelogram? Number first, we can see that, okay, this side, these two sides are parallel, right? And they are also equal. Okay, they are also equal. This side is equal to this side. That means AD is equal to BC. So opposite sides are equal. This is the first most important property of parallelogram. Opposite sides are equal. Number first. This is the first property. Number second is that opposite angles. You can see, okay, observe the opposite angles. This angle, okay, this is equal to this angle. Okay, and this angle, okay, I will make the two lines to show that these two angles are equal. In these two, I have made only one curve. Okay, means angle D is equal to angle B, angle A is equal to angle C. Means opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. Opposed angles are equal. Okay, this is second property. Number third property is, see, you know that what are diagonals? When we join non-consecutive vertices, we get the diagonals. So diagonals are line segments. We join opposite vertices. So let's join the non-consecutive vertices. Okay, I joined AC and I joined BD. So that means a parallelogram, a quadrilateral which is called as parallelogram, has two diagonals, and you can see that these diagonals, they intersect at this, for example, say this point DO, and you can observe that this part of diagonal AO is equal to OC, and this part of diagonal DO is equal to OB. So we can say that diagonals bisect each other in a parallelogram. Diagonals bisect each other. Bisect each other. Okay, these are the some of the properties of the parallelograms. Okay, let's see. Let's talk about this parallelogram in some more detail. Say, for example, see, this is a parallelogram. Say, for example, A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. Now you know that what is parallelogram. It's a quadrilateral in which both the pairs of sides are parallel. Okay, we also discussed various properties. Okay, so the first property was opposite sides are equal, then opposite, angles are also equal, then diagonals bisect each other. Okay, this is a parallelogram ABCD. You can see that this is a parallelogram. Okay, let's try to modify it. Okay, I will modify this parallelogram with respect to its, with respect to its angles. Okay, with respect to its angles. Okay, so for example, I will modify this. Okay, I will say, for example, I will push this quadrilateral in this direction. Okay, so I will push it in such a way that this side comes to lie in this position and this side comes to lie in this position. Okay, so it will be modified in this type of quadrilateral. Now this is a quadrilateral, okay, which I got from the parallelogram. But look at the difference. The difference is that here each of the angles are now 90 degree, right? And opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal. Okay, in this opposite sides are also equal, but the difference was here in this the angles were not, all the angles were not equal. Opposite sides are equal. Okay, here all the angles are equal and each of the angle measures 90 degree. Okay, so this type of quadrilateral which I get from the parallelogram, this is referred to as a rectangle. This is called as a rectangle. This is called as a rectangle. So we can say that since I modified the parallelogram into the rectangle, we can say that every rectangle is a parallelogram. Every rectangle is a parallelogram. Okay, parallelogram. Okay, this is how we write the parallelogram in short. Okay, so every rectangle is a parallelogram. So let's talk about the properties of a rectangle. First, we can see opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal. See, you can see this, observe this property in this parallelogram. Opposite sides are equal. Okay, I have already talked about this. Opposite sides are equal. Okay, so a rectangle got this property from the parallelogram. Number second, each angle is 90 degree. That's 90 degree, or we can say all the angles are equal. And third property is diagonals bisect each other. Okay, diagonals bisect each other. Okay, that's also observed in the parallelogram as well. Okay, each other. Okay, and number fourth is diagonals are equal. Diagonals are equal. Diagonals are equal. Okay, so what we observed that we get this type of quadrilateral, what is called as rectangle, from the parallelogram when I modified this parallelogram with respect to its angles. Okay, so we can say that every rectangle is a parallelogram. Okay, we'll be talking about other types of these parallelograms, squares there, rhombus. Okay, then about the trapezium, kite, etc. Okay, all the different types of quadrilaterals in the next topic, inshallah. Okay, till then, Khuda Hafiz.